What's up, everyone? We are back for some more Mecha Break gameplay. Gonna be looking at the Mashmak mode, the extraction shooter battle royale mode that most people's first chance to play has been this beta. I actually did get to play the mode back in the very first beta I played, almost a full year ago at this point. But they didn't want us sharing any gameplay footage from that beta because it was very early stages, and I can tell you the mode is a lot different now. It really wasn't much focus on extraction all back then. There was some things you could see that kind of hinted at they were planning for that, but it was pretty much pure battle royale, and you had teams of 6 and everything, and it was definitely rough around the edges, so I'm glad they took some time to cook the mode a little bit more. And I've been enjoying it a lot, but we're going to talk about one of the problems with the mode, and that is the current weapon meta. And you saw me calling at the start there some modular weapons. You get one set of those at the start, your first time playing Mashmak, and you get to call it in once per deployment, I guess. You think you can call them more, but it starts costing you the points matrix credits, which you'd rather save to unlock things, so it's not really worth it. But you start off with some rocket launchers, which are not bad. Honestly, they're pretty decent weapons. They can give you some good burst up close, but what I'm using is the beam autocannons, and I've swapped them right now, and I'm poking at Aquila pretty far away, doing what I can to chase him. Had some help from my Panaka, and we were able to get that kill there, but the beam autocannons are insanely good. They have pretty good lock-on range, because they're basically Aquila's sniper rifle, just with the hip-fire mode. You don't have the, you can't scope in with them, so you don't have the extra long range from that. And you can hold one in each hand, so you actually do more damage than Aquila normally would do with his sniper rifle, just hip-firing that. You can see they're gonna knock that Elysians out of his mech mode for the second time as well. And I can just keep firing. They have 10 shots before they have to reload, and they gradually reload like a lot of weapons in the game. And just with that, and then dropping into my turret mode and firing off my howitzer cannon, I was able to finish off that Hurricane as well, just leaving the Elysians to run away. But yeah, they've got good range, they got crazy damage, and you can wield 2 of them at the same time. And they also lock on really fast, so there's really no weapons, I would say, that are comparable in strength, except for maybe some of the two-handed ones, but you can only carry one of those at once, so even then I think they still kind of fall behind compared to the double beam autocannon. So you're going to be running into a lot of people running this. A team with triple beam autocannon is very deadly. I saw our Panaka called in the beam autocannon at the start. I don't know if Welkin did. He died very fast in that fight, so I didn't get a chance to see, but I was able to res Panaka, and he was able to res Welkin. And a little bit later, we're encountering the same team again. You can see the Aquila out there. At this point, I don't think I've realized it's the same team, but I had a theory, because the Elysians was able to get away, and I unfortunately wasn't able to chase after them. But we're in a little bit of an awkward situation here. We have high ground, but we have to fly through the sky if we want to get to that Aquila, which I'm going to run out of energy. That's part of the reason why I was running Tricera with beam autocannons. I wanted to test out the meta without being a total bully. I was thinking maybe Tricera, maybe not the best option to run this on, but after this game, I don't know. Tricera is lacking in range and mobility, but the beam autocannons help make up for some of the range, and what you lack in mobility, you have in durability, and when everyone is running incredibly powerful sniper rifles, just being able to survive is pretty nice. The shield you get while you're in the turret mode does block everything, so melee doesn't pierce through it, and the sniper rifles don't also partial pierce, which is a big deal, allows them to do a lot of damage very fast. And right here we're having a duel. Hurricane's got his 2 beam autocannons, I got mine. My Welkin had to back up, and Panaka's focusing on healing him, but we are able to finish him off. But now I'm in a bit of a rough spot. Just go turret mode to stay alive, like what I was talking about. And Aquila's blasting there, but he's really not doing too much damage. I'm just healing myself, and I'm going to run back to the tunnel. You can see he did a lot more when I didn't have my turret mode active. And now that Panaka has healed up Welkin, I'm going to wait and see if he can get me back up as well. Welkin drops the box, keep us safe. So I was a little bit worried. This is a completely random team I'm playing with here, and when you're playing with randoms, it can be a world of difference. I had some games where our first fight, I would take out one of the enemies, and then both my teammates would immediately die, and we lose. I look at their stats at the end of the game, and it's like they didn't do anything. They just immediately died. And I was a little bit worried in this one because our Welkin died pretty fast in that first fight, but he definitely proved after that that he does know what he's doing, and he just maybe got stuck in a bad situation with them dropping in on us at the start of that. But it looks like this time we're only going to be able to get that Hurricane. The other 2 escape once again, and then a lot later here, A point and B point have already extracted. We're going to run into another team to fight, and we see a Falcon right away. That is a sign that it's someone else this time around. Last time it was the Aquila Hurricane and the Elisnas, and this time we see a Falcon, so already we're being a little more cautious because we're not sure who we're up against. See a Stego. Falcon's up in the sky again. Stego's not a character I've had a chance to play in Mashmak. It was not around in that early beta that I got to play Mashmak in before the mode changed a lot. And I haven't unlocked them yet in this beta, so I'm not sure how well they fare. My initial thoughts were they do better than Tricera because they have much better long-range attacks, but they don't have the complex shield that Tricera has. So while they do have that front-facing shield, if you've got people flying above you with the beam autocannons, I think Tricera would actually fare better in that situation. But they do have a Tricera as well. I think we saw him peek out for a second there. And I'm just going into turret mode a lot of the time here. I know I'm not going to kill the Stego, but I'm just poking with my infinite ammo that I got with my gatling guns. Also, while in turret mode, you've got those interceptor drones that fly around and shoot missiles. So that'll be good against Falcon and against Stego. So I got to watch for my teammates when they're kind of low to see when it's best to go into that. But Welkin making a big play here, slams the Falcon to the ground, almost kills him alone, but somehow didn't get him trapped in the box, even though he hit him with that melee attack. So I'm trying to give chase. Already almost out of energy because, like I said, Tricera's not very mobile, but I see their Falcon doing the scan. Guess he didn't see me, though, so I'm able to pick him off with those snipers there. And keep an eye out. I don't know where the rest of his team went. I see something is fighting the big Makalu boss in the lake here, and I didn't realize that... I didn't think it was going to be his teammates. I didn't think they could have rotated over that far. I'm just going to loot him as he tried to drop down this heal station, but then I see over there is a Tricera, so I realized that Stego and Tricera did back up over there, I guess trying to get a defensive position that Falcon was going to fly to them. So I'm going to get up here on the high ground, but these are two tanky guys, and I'm definitely not going to be able to burst through them alone. We got to focus down one person at the same time, but the two of them together, they're going to be able to have that smoke screen for cloaking, they're going to have the anti-missile with Tricera in the turret mode. It's going to take a while to kill them. And they were able to get off the res for the Falcon, it looks like, as he's spawning in here behind us. So once again, we're going to try and turn our focus to him, since he's the most vulnerable, even though he's doing what he can to dodge all my shots. And right now, I'm just trying to poke away at his shields a bit with the gatling, maybe force him to use some of his energy. I saw he was dodging a lot. And then, when he's a little bit more vulnerable, I'm going to try and switch to those beam autocannons. And something that gets a little bit annoying with Tricera is that I talked about how you have your interceptor drones to get the missiles, but your gatling will also like kind of auto-target them. So sometimes you'll be shooting someone, and you'll just your aim will auto-lock onto these things in the air, and you can even like fire off your cannon by accident, and that will actually take away a lot of your damage. Because that's one of the great things about Tricera is that you can go turret mode, triple fire that big cannon, and then you could switch back and start using your beam autocannons again if you got those. But we see the melee Stego coming across the map. That's an interesting choice. I've thought about trying that myself with Tricera. I did try it with Narukami. I thought maybe I could do like a melee assassination thing, although it's kind of difficult because Narukami has to stay pretty in one area to stay invisible. But also I noticed on Narukami that I almost instantly ran out of energy using the melee weapon, and I think Stego is probably going to run into similar issues. But he was able to melee up close to us and then go turret mode and start blasting away. And what's this? Aquila is back again. No clue if this is the same one. Aquila is a popular pick in this mode if you have him unlocked, so this could well be an entirely different team. We won't know until we see their full team comp, but we're all pretty low because we've been getting chased by the two turret boys and Falcon, so this Aquila by themselves could still pose a problem. Needs to be again. I'm going to go turret mode just because I got to stay alive. Dropping my own healing. Panaka's healing me. Got the shield bubble on himself because he's also pretty low, but here comes Stego as well. And I think Aquila didn't realize that they were focusing us, got worried for his own safety, so he started backing up. If he committed there, we might have been able to die, but then maybe he wouldn't be able to get away alive. We're just trying to back away from these turret guys, and Aquila seems like the weak link right now, because we still haven't seen any of his teammates. Maybe they weren't able to res Hurricane after our last fight, and then I don't know what happened to Elisnas, but we haven't spotted him yet at all. But Aquila is going to be hard to catch. Welkin's really the only one on our team with any sort of mobility, and it looks like not even he was able to catch up, so... Gonna take a momentary break just to get rid of this Quarry Harvester so it doesn't spawn a storm on top of us. Well, yeah, while we're adjusting here, so D point is spawning in close, C point is active. I thought about going towards it, but when we're getting chased here, we were thinking that maybe if you rotate around that mountain that the other team would go back towards it, but as you can see, going this Falcon here, they're still in the area. And no sign of the Aquila though, maybe they cut off towards C point. I wasn't watching the kill feed, it's possible they died to this team because they were kind of heading in that direction. But mostly just open ground here. They're kind of at a lower elevation than us, which does make it hard to shoot at them, but they also can't see us, so they want to shoot back. Once again, just kind of posting up, getting healthy, poking away. This is kind of a war of attrition going on here, and that's, I feel like that's kind of how these battles go. If you have tankier teams, it's kind of just back and forth, poking, especially when we've got heals and they've got two really tanky guys. And then, you know, when one team gets a break, then you can kind of dive in. Or fights go really fast. You just ambush someone, you maybe got like 2 flyers and a melee, and you just instantly blow people up and the fight's over in seconds. But we're definitely a little bit of a longer fight here. And I was still looking at the map, thinking about going to C. Not sure what we're going to do here, but Welkin goes in on Stego, and he's got the box down. The cloak is going to wear off soon, and this is looking like a great opportunity. I'm going to go into turret form, hit him with those 3 cannon blasts. You can see that really chunked him hard. Swap over to the beam autocannons, take him off with that, and that 1 kill is probably all we need. I don't know how long it's going to be till I get another res. They had to use 1 on the Falcon, and if it was the Tricera that used it, then Stego had their other res, and since he's dead here, they're not going to have a chance for it. And D point is coming up soon. Probably just going to play defensive around it. My loot pool is full, so I don't have a big reason to chase. I don't think Falcon probably has much since he got res. I don't know if he had a chance to loot himself. But even if he did, I already saw what he had on him, and I think I took everything that I wanted. It looks like Tricera is going to get caught out here as well. Welkin is on him, doing the same thing, going turret mode, firing my gatling, and just hitting him with the cannons. And then we go over to the beam autocannons. And see, he's surviving a lot because he's still got that turret mode. Complex shield up, but it's starting to go away. Panaka's dropping walls on him. Tries to run away, and he cannot. And that's 2 out of the 3. Storm is over there. We don't know if the Falcon retreated into that, but he's probably not going to have too much for us to worry about. Refilling on some energy ammo just in case I need it, but with the extract of D going down, it looks like this is going to be our chance to get out of here. So no, unfortunately, no of the legendary crates. That's the big thing to look for, but at least we did get out alive with some pretty good loot. And Panaka is apparently pretty unhappy about that extended fight we had with that team. I thought it was pretty interesting and pretty back and forth until we managed to dive that Stego at the end. We were able to take him out, took our chance to extract, and there's still 2 extracts left when we left, so I don't know. That team could still get out of there if that Falcon's able to res him, but as far as we're concerned, the battle is over. But yeah, pretty good match. 5 kills with Tricera. I'm starting to rethink maybe with the... I think this was actually kind of the perfect team comp for him, because if I'd been with like some flyers, which are really meta, or like Aquila, they're good for offense, but then Tricera can't keep up with them. They're fighting at much longer ranges. They want to move forward and be a lot more mobile, and you get kind of left behind. So they're lacking because you don't have the damage with them. And then if you get dove, they don't really have anything defensive to help you out. So I think this is kind of the perfect team. Panaka stayed with me a lot. Welkin was kind of our initiator, but he was smart about it. Only that first fight did he actually go down. So kind of being the perfect team comp. So I'm excited to try out more. But yeah, definitely going to have to see some nerfs to beam autocannon for this mode to really be in its best state. I have been trying out some other builds as well. I've really been having fun with Melee Lumine. So you might see a video coming up for that soon. But that's going to be it for this time, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some more Mashmak gameplay. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. Are you enjoying Mashmak more than 66, or still just kind of sticking with that? And if you have been playing Mashmak a lot, are you also sick of beam autocannons, or have you been perhaps abusing them as well? But either way, that's going to be it for this time, guys. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.